Nation has independently obtained previously unseen video obtained from a secret UAP craft retrieval program. This extraordinary footage clearly shows an egg-shaped object dangling in a sling below the belly of a helicopter.
This is real footage, guys.
Let's slow this down to take a closer look. That's an egg-shaped UAP suspended from a 150
Dude, he has video of the actual event?
We're told the craft is
Holy
about 20 feet long. The egg suspended in a cradle. And look how careful the pilot is as they bring their precious cargo into land. Let's freeze frame.
This is supposedly the real video.
Images of a UAP ever taken. This is no blurry light in a distant sky. The source of the footage putting themselves at incredible risk to record this UAP retrieval. Look at how perfectly smooth the craft is. No markings at all, and no visible means of propulsion or way to see inside. Watch how it rolls, almost graceful as it hits the ground, despite being wrapped in the ropes and canvas from the cradle as it's dropped for pickup. The UAP's final destination still unknown.
And as crazy as this sounds, it's what's guiding me now, and it's what's providing protection for me.
It's changed your life.
This is not going to go over well with the community, dude.
Wait a second. Humans bonding psychically and emotionally with non-human intelligence? Yes. Jake Barber says that's exactly what happened.
Okay, they're
him,
actually going to touch on this subject.
Not the only one.
Good job,
Cole. He says
Coulthard.
the government knows all about it.
So, I mean, this is very, very interesting stuff. That video is fascinating. I don't really see how it's like, it's just adding more to the conversation in the sense that now there's more content. Now we have another video that is being proclaimed to be real. It doesn't look suspect. I mean, the quality is obviously not great, especially if I don't know if that's a cell phone or if that's the actual recording that they had on the helicopter, like the military recording. Not sure. All I do know is that there's a few things I've noted. The guy's eyes being wide open at the beginning of the interview, kind of off-putting. Just in general, it's, you know, it could just be how he looks. Not trying to attack the guy or anything. Just that thinking about how the public will view him, and then the way that News Nation decided to go into the idea that there's a psychic opponent. They had him tell his part first, and then they went into like the possibility of the science, some semi. They barely touched anything on that. I'm really surprised they did that because, to be honest, that part of the ufology NHI extraterrestrial conversation, a lot of people can't understand that. They think these people are schizophrenic or these people are insane. They're hearing voices. That's not at all accurate, but it's hard for an average person who doesn't have any understanding or historical context behind UFOs. They don't know that that's actually extremely common in these scenarios and situations. And so I think News Nation could have done a little bit better job articulating it to an audience that doesn't understand that that's the case. Because to be honest, he sounded kind of like what religious people might call like he's either experiencing God or and that maybe that's, you can have that belief, that's your opinion, but to say that some spirit taking over your body, well, not taking over, he never said that, but like contacting him and communicating with him, some people don't necessarily perceive that as mentally sane. So I think they could have potentially articulated it a little bit differently. Hopefully, we'll see what more they put here after the ads are done. Should be, I think the ads are usually 2 minutes long, so I'll keep this up so I can click the unmute button. What do you guys think of this so far? I mean, it's pretty. I want to go back to that video of the egg and watch that again. I'm betting that they show it again. To be honest, the fact that another thing to consider, the fact that News Nation is covering this is absolutely phenomenal. we haven't had this kind of mainstream media news coverage on this topic ever. This is historic, arguably.
It wasn't just.
I don't know. It's interesting. It adds a lot more to the conversation in the sense of like the public discourse. There's been a lot of public discourse in the past, but what I mean to say is like in the more average person's mind, like we'll see how many people, how much coverage this gets in all the other mainstream medias. This interview is definitely interesting. To be honest, I'm more interested in the guy who says he worked for those teams, not the transport guy that was didn't know what he was doing. So the second dude, not the first bald guy, the second bald guy, when they're in the room with all those people. I'm more interested in his story. Because that dude sounds like he knows more, if he was actually involved in those programs, information than just the transport guy. Transport guy's stories is still very important and valuable. And if the videos that we've seen, like, we obviously need more of that in the public. Because there's going to be a critical tipping point eventually with this information where the government has to tell us what they know. And if they don't, I mean, they keep obfuscating, I think other things might escalate. And not necessarily at all violence related, but more just in regards to information coming out from these parties that are like, enough is enough, tell the public already what's going on. What do you guys think? You guys think these guys are telling the truth? I think the transport guy is being sincere. The other guy, it's hard to say. When you have people who have been involved in the intelligence community for as long as these guys reportedly were, like, you can't really trust a spook. You can trust that they're doing something in their best interest, but what interest that is, you got to determine. I don't know. That's just a general concept. Obviously, if they're giving you information that seems logical and accurate, you can follow that down the line, see where it goes, see where it leads. But you got to be, I would say, just have your skepticism going. And that is not at all a commentary on this guy. This guy could be 100% telling the truth. That's how I perceive the people who were previously in the intelligence community who come out in context of this discussion. Their motives can be suspect. And not to say that other people's aren't. You obviously want that high level scrutiny on all the people, but just to acknowledge that if you don't recognize that these people have dealt in secrecy and lying their entire career, that's just something to preface it with. It's, yeah. All right, we're back. Here we go. Pentagon responses. Arrow is aware of the claims to date. Arrow has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently. All right, we're going to go back. DoD and Arrow encourages any former or current government employee or contractor who believes they have information regarding U.S. government programs or activities related to UAP to come forward and speak with Arrow. Individuals can submit a report on Arrow's website. By law, Arrow may receive all UAP-related information, including classified information, security information involving military intelligence and intelligence-related activities, at all levels of classification, regardless of any restrictive access control, special access programs, or compartmented access programs. That was on 11/16, so 2 days ago. Arrow is... Oh. Was that the third page? Oh no, that's the first page. Moreover, there is no restriction to Arrow receiving any past or present UAP-related information, which is bullshit. Regardless of... Oh, no restriction. Sorry, the first part that was bullshit was what they were saying on the first page. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the rest is just legalese. Well, I mean, it's definitely interesting stuff. I'm really fascinated. I'm really excited about the night vision video of the egg. I think that's pretty neat. Ultimately, I don't think this adds anything we haven't seen before. Like, we've had intelligence guys come out saying, yeah, I've been a part of the program. Yeah, this is what we've done and did. We've had people like this Jake guy who were the helicopter pilots, transport guys. We've had them come out before. Obviously, this is more information. Here we go. We're back. Immigration right now. So, I mean, I think ultimately the video was good. It was really short. I think it could have been longer because there's an hour is not enough time, especially when 14 minutes of it or whatever, however long the ads are nowadays. Is it 14 minutes or 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes? Oh, here we go.
I want to bring up that video again, this never before seen video of the alleged UFO crash retrieval. Ross, can you talk us through it? Can you break it down for us? What makes this so remarkable?
We've known for years from reports, even those held by the US government, that there are egg-shaped craft objects that have been seen by prominent reputable witnesses, military officials, senior scientists, and a lot of these have been seen and reported on ranges such as Area 51, China Lake, and a lot of the Los Alamos nuclear laboratories. You'll find those in the historical record. What's interesting is for years I've been talking to people who've been telling me that these eggs are one of the more common shapes that you see of these alleged NHI craft. And it's fascinating to finally see one on video, confirmed provenance. I'm aware of where this video has come from. It did not come, by the way, from Mr. Barber. He had absolutely nothing to do with this.
Wow.
It came from other sources who are aware of the recovery operations on the range and who provided with this as direct evidence of the eggs that are and routinely are being procured on the range. And I guess ultimately, people may be skeptical. I don't really care because ultimately Mr. Barber is saying, and I've seen him do it, that they are now in a position where they can do their own summoning, and the hell with the Defence Department. They're going to go ahead with private retrievals themselves and do it as an independent commercial enterprise. They believe strongly that the public has the right to know this information, and they think if the Defence Department's going to maintain the cover-up, then let's just walk on by them and get on with it and start doing the work ourselves.
Okay, and I want to
Very
hire in this
strong
topic,
words.
and I appreciate the level to
Strong
which you
language
have
there.
continued to pursue this more than 2 years now on this specific story, and so much is unfolding every time we speak with you. Ross Coulthard, appreciate you and your reporting as always. Thank you.
Okay, they're gonna start talking about stuff. So, I mean, what do you guys think? This is very interesting stuff. I really like the video. Let's go. I'm gonna go back right here. Let's watch this video again.
Operations Command community.
To be honest, we're not gonna listen to what they're saying. So, this video is awesome. Is it grainy? Yeah, but that's kind of what you would expect, to be honest. Until we can have a live crew with high definition, and that's actually really good video for a night. That's not that bad, honestly. I've seen way worse night vision. That's pretty clear, to be honest. That's actually, if there's a legitimate video, which at the moment we don't have any reason to necessarily suspect it isn't, at least we have no evidence for or against it. Looking at it, it is high quality night vision. That is kind of the stuff that the military runs, or in this case, I don't know if he was military at the time when he was doing it. I think he was, or he was doing it for the private company. Maybe that's what they were saying. But like, that's really cool. We haven't had something like this before. We're finally getting more leaks like this, where if this is a real video, it's pretty awesome. And more to come, right? Like, hopefully stuff's going to start happening in politics and government, because it needs to happen. It needs to come out as soon as possible, in my opinion. I don't think everyone understands really how impactful it'll be when the main academic world, when academia is unleashed on the public level to investigate, study, understand what allows for the physics for these things to exist. The benefits to society are going to be profound. That's an understatement. So like the sooner the public begins is told what the government knows about what are considered NHI, non-human intelligence, UFOs, UAPs, like we need that information now. Honestly, it's been a secret way too long. This video is really awesome though. I'm enjoying it. So I mean that's pretty much it, guys. For the there's no more content from News Nation tonight at the moment. What do you guys think? You guys think that video is legit? You guys think the two whistleblowers that came forward were good? I think it's good information. It's good pointing of a starting point for more research. It's just more guys adding their story to the pile. I mean, their pile is very large. If you guys have been invested in this for a while, like the Disclosure Project from 2000, I think it was 2001, right? There's been a few disclosure projects, but there's been so many guys coming out saying, yeah, I was part of this, I experienced this. Not everyone agrees that they're all above board, above water. Some of them think they're disinformation guys. Ultimately though, we need to get the truth from the government. Not that they're going to give it to us. And like it seems like what they're trying to do now, and what maybe we will, it's always been the case, is that we need to find the truth ourselves. Minus what the government knows. But there's a point at which like your faith in your government matters, and if you know your government's actively lying to you, which the American public is getting more and more used to that idea, that's not good for a society. You need to believe in your government. You need to believe in those in power are trying to do the best for you and your society. So there's a disconnect there that'll keep growing until the truth is told. And at the end of the day, it seems like that's been happening in all sectors, like talking about healthcare issues we're having. I mean, there's a lot of mistrust with the government. I would say it doesn't exist, generally speaking. And so that's not good for a country. You like that relationship needs to be nurtured and fostered and not destroyed. So we'll see what it leads to. Hopefully less violent actions, more words, rhetoric, and revealing of truths. But you know, it's hard to say when you've got the capitalistic oligarchy controlling majority of information that's released, controlling the intelligence community, controlling the bank system, controlling a lot of systems, like pretty much all of the ones that matter. What they can't control though is they can't control your spiritual self. You can't control your religious self. They can't control your freedom of speech. Well, they can do what they can to mitigate it, but at the end of the day, thankfully, we have that right here in the United States. And as much as it keeps getting attacked and squashed, the more and more people that speak out on their experiences and that this isn't just some thing that's going to go away matters. And so I think hopefully that the information will win out at the end of the day. The truth will out. Truth will shine through all the bullshit. So hopefully, I'm hopeful. I consider myself a cynical optimist, or a optimistic skeptic. And what I mean by that is to say that I'm optimistic for the future, but I'm skeptical. I hope for the best and expect the worst. Because our society has shown that at its worst, we do some terrible things, and at our best, we do really amazing things. I think these people coming forward and telling their truths are doing their best and trying to bring about the truth to who and what we are as humans on this planet, in this universe, in this galaxy, and where we stand potentially on a greater stage than just the plane of Earth's surface. So interesting stuff. Hopefully we can get more information in the coming days and weeks about that. Everybody, thank you everyone for joining me for the UFO aliens whistleblower. It's not aliens, the wrong word. UFO NHI whistleblower, UAP. If you want to watch, thank you everyone for coming by to watch this. Let's watch this clip one last time. This egg clip. Before we get to the games. I mean, this is what I notice about it is it's how clear it is. I don't know if you guys have ever gone and looked at night vision, but this is pretty clear night vision, which is fascinating. The unfortunate part is the way the video is playing, we have no idea what the hell the ground looks like. There's clearer night vision than this, but like the stuff that some people have available to them, that's not that bad. I've seen a lot worse. The problem with the video is it's nondescript. There's nothing, there's no building to reference. The only thing that we have as reference point is the shadow, which I think mathematicians should be able to determine the size of the egg based on the shadow. So I think that's something that we might be able to guesstimate the size, because we're assuming the light is coming from the helicopter above it. And so there should be some math guys who can tell us what that means. And in that case, we can get some reference points. I mean, we see the rope, right? And we know how big those, I don't know if you guys have seen the ropes that they use on lifts like this. They're pretty thick. They're pretty fucking big. Just generally, they're not like, it's not like a skinny rope. And then we have the egg thing in the sack. And again, it's not super clear. It's nondescript. I don't know. Pretty cool video though. I like it.